In 2025, tensions between Pakistan and Afghanistan reached their most dangerous level in years. Border clashes, political accusations, and fears of a regional war made headlines across the world. But what is really happening between these two neighboring countries? And why now? In this video, we'll uncover the complete story, the reasons, timeline, and future implications of the Pakistan-Afghanistan conflict of 2025. 1. Historical background. The roots of the conflict. To understand today's situation, we must look back at history. Pakistan and Afghanistan share a long, rugged border of over 2,600 kilometers, called the Durand Line, drawn by the British in 1893. Afghanistan has never officially recognized this line as the international border, which has remained a source of dispute for more than a century. After 1947, when Pakistan was created, relations with Afghanistan were complicated. Afghanistan was the only country that opposed Pakistan's entry into the United Nations, citing the border issue. Over decades, this border area, full of tribal belts, mountains, and informal routes, became a haven for smugglers, refugees, and later, militants. When the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan in 1979, millions of Afghan refugees entered Pakistan, especially in Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Pakistan supported the Afghan resistance, the Mujahideen, and later, during the 1990s, maintained relations with the Taliban regime. After September 11th, the U.S.-led war on terror changed everything. The Taliban were removed, but Pakistan found itself accused of harboring militants while facing terror attacks on its own soil. This decades-long mistrust is the foundation of the 2025 border clashes. 2. The 2025 border clashes. What happened? The most recent chapter of the Pakistan-Afghanistan conflict began in October 2025, when heavy fighting broke out along border points near Chaman, Boldak, and Torkham. According to international reports, Pakistan accused the Taliban-led government of Afghanistan of allowing militant groups like the TTP, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, to operate from Afghan soil. Pakistan claimed that militants had crossed the border and killed security personnel inside Pakistan. In response, Pakistani forces retaliated with air and artillery strikes, targeting militant hideouts near the border. Afghanistan's government denied the allegations and accused Pakistan of violating its airspace and killing civilians. The situation quickly escalated into a series of cross-border clashes, causing fear of a larger war. Hundreds of families living along the border were displaced, and trade routes between the two countries were closed. The Chaman Boldak crossing, a vital commercial link, was temporarily shut down, costing millions in trade losses. 3. Diplomatic efforts and ceasefire talks. As the conflict worsened, the international community stepped in to prevent a regional war. Peace talks were held in Doha, Qatar, mediated by Qatar and supported by Turkey and China. After several days of negotiations, Pakistan and Afghanistan agreed to a temporary ceasefire in late October 2025. Both sides agreed to avoid heavy weapons near the border, resume joint security talks, reopen border crossings for trade and humanitarian aid. The ceasefire was welcomed by neighboring countries and international organizations, but analysts warned it was fragile. Tensions remain high, and both militaries are on alert. 4. The real causes behind the conflict. A militant Safe Havens Pakistan claims that the TTP and other groups find shelter in Afghanistan, plan attacks, and cross back into Pakistan. Afghanistan's Taliban government denies direct involvement but struggles to control the TTP, many of whom are ethnically Pashtun and share tribal ties across the border. Border management and the Durand Line dispute. The Durand Line remains a psychological and political divide. Pakistan has fenced most of the border, but Afghanistan considers parts of it illegitimate. Skirmishes often start when security forces attempt to build new posts or fences in disputed zones. C. Economic pressures and trade routes. Afghanistan is landlocked and heavily dependent on trade through Pakistan. Border closures hurt Afghan imports and also damage Pakistan's export and transport sectors, especially in Balochistan. Economic frustration adds fuel to political tensions. D. Regional power politics. The conflict isn't isolated. It's part of a larger regional rivalry. Pakistan accuses India of using Afghan soil for anti-Pakistan activities. Meanwhile, both China and Iran watch closely. China for its CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, interests, and Iran for its border stability. 5. The human impact. The forgotten victims. While governments argue and armies fight, it's the ordinary people who suffer most. Thank you for watching International Voice of World.